I'm Susan.
And I'm Annie.
And this is
Two Friends, One Chat.
Annie and Susan get clinical. A little bit. Well, lot.
Yeah.
Extra amount today.
Extra today. Okay, in other episodes we've done this.
Yes.
Where we're going to give just a teeny bit of perhaps a trigger warning because what we get to talk about today is kind of coping continued.
Yes.
But what we're really going to focus on is actual skills, not the reason why we need the skills. But we're going to talk about the skills and sometimes the behaviors that they're replacing.
Yes.
That can be a trigger because we are going to talk about some behaviors I know a lot of people struggle with. Mm-hmm. And so please note, if you're looking for something light and fun, we are going to have a great time. We're going to talk about coping skills and some more heavy stuff may come up.
Well, yeah, because heavy shit is why we need to cope.
I know.
Also, I'm going to try to stop cussing.
No, I love it.
I've been listening to our past episodes, and I'm just like, woo!
I love it.
I'm not proud of myself. I feel like a few of those episodes maybe I was going through a little something myself.
Oh, I loved it. I just love it because you throw down. It's just great. It's wonderful. It just proves how awesomely unscripted this adventure is.
For sure.
Do we want to do a fun check-in, maybe? Or
okay.
I have kind of a fun check-in, and
I love this.
I did not run this by Susan, but it's my new conversation starter, and you can learn literally so much about someone in this question. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
What is the most memorable paranormal experience you've ever had?
Oh my.
It is, and then I'm going to tell you what my Uber driver told me about. Okay.
You asked the right person this question, and not everyone knows about my paranormal experience. I unfortunately anonymously entered that bit of information into a work thing, not realizing
Oh, no way.
that everyone would know who it was at the end, and then they did. So, pretty much every coworker has separately had a Teams meeting with me and wants to hear the story. Anyway, okay. Most memorable is I have, and there's been multiple. I'm just going to give you the most.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
So, I've seen shadow people. They're real. They're a thing.
Tell me
They're
everything.
a thing. Well, technically, you know this already because you've helped me through part of it. Mm-hmm. But yes, but tell them everything.
Yes, it's so good.
So shadow people, they're like people figures, but they're total shadow. You don't see eyeballs or anything like that. So when my dad was on hospice is when I saw the first shadow person by his bed, and I was not scared at all. I thought, this is like the angel of death, and Dad's getting close, and that's really cool. And I was like, you do you. I'm going to work. Wasn't worried about it till the next day when I'm in my bathroom. I'm getting ready. I don't know where I was work. Who knows? I was getting ready. I don't know. Doing my hair or something, and I turn. And Mr. Shadow Figure walks past my bathroom door, stops, stares me down, and it was very well, I say stare again, no eyes. Yeah. But he turned and looked at me, and it was very apparent that he was not happy that
you saw him.
I saw him.
Whoa.
Terrified me. The next time I saw him was in a dream, but he picked me up by my throat.
Oh my God.
And carried me around the house. And we had talked after that.
Yep.
And we talked about ways to get rid of him, and we did.
Yep.
We did with those ways. I won't go into the ways we got rid of him, but very terrifying. But then I also saw a teenage shadow figure in a hoodie, and he was not.
That's right. I forgot about him.
I saw him 2 or 3 times. He was just very curious. Yeah. Peeking around places, was never scared of him at all, though.
Wow. So, can I ask, when you say shadow figure, is it when I hear that, what I think of is you know what old TVs had the gray static? Mm-hmm. Does the static move, or is it they're just
they're a solid shadow, if that makes sense.
Wow.
So it moves like a normal person would. It doesn't feel flowy.
Okay.
Or floating, or no,
not like smoke coming off of them or anything.
No,
Whoa.
Move and look. I mean, very sharp lines to that, or at least my shadow people.
Yeah.
Everyone to
Any
each
hat?
their own.
Heard hats.
Yes, Scary Shadow Man did have a hat.
Like what kind of hat? Like a baseball?
No, like a rimmed hat, like a old timey.
No way.
Like an old timey detective hat.
That's like what they all say.
In a
too.
trench coat. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so rad.
Yeah. So legit, it's a thing. I believe in ghosts.
Oh, totally.
And aliens and Bigfoot and Nessie. I like it all. Bring
Hashtag all of it. Yeah.
Bring it all.
Super interested.
It's kind of silly to think that we
Are
like the only thing here.
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own, though. If you believe that, you do you. I'm just saying, I believe.
I'm trying to think of the most supernatural thing that I have a couple of occurrences. Mine are always, and this is a struggle because I have anxiety. I always know something is going to happen. And one time, and this is no joke, this is a real story. I lived 3 blocks away from my high school that 3 blocks. And I was playing tennis, and it was prom season.
Of course you were.
I played tennis my senior year because of the skirts. I was like, these are adorable.
I'm playing tennis.
And this is the uniform.
I get one of these?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I
stick
had
that ball up the
Oh, yeah.
up the side?
Yeah. And you get... I still love tennis to this day.
Okay.
But I was walking home, and I had never had this feeling before. I didn't have a lot of anxiety until, and we'll talk more about, I think probably my core wounds episode.
Okay.
But I had some traumatic things happen in young adulthood after this point that really, for lack of a better term, really broke my brain.
Sure.
Which happens, everyone, so please feel comforted by that. And there's
brains
hope.
break.
Brains break.
Yeah.
They can be repaired. Which
Yes,
is something
they
so
can.
magical.
Oh, the brain's a wonderful thing.
So although I was a very anxious child, I did not have this premonition of something bad is going to happen all the time, which is what I struggle with now.
Preach.
Right, it's real. Preach. From my lips, God's ears. This is real. So I was walking home, and I never had this happen, and I just said, there is something wrong, and I need to get home. And I ran the 3 blocks, and my side door was cracked open. That's how I used to get in. And so someone was in my house, and I pushed it open, and I was super quiet. And it turns out my boyfriend at the time had put a little thing to ask me to prom. But
in your house?
Yeah. But he was at our house all the time. But and I think he'd even arranged it with my parents.
Oh.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yes.
It was terrifying. But I knew something was not right.
Something was not right at your house.
Yes. And it was a very interesting, very memorable moment. And then kind of the same thing, different scenario. This one's a little scarier, so sorry. But I was in bed, and I used to sleep super well through all the nights. And
is that a thing people do?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Wow. Teenage Annie could sleep. Oh. She would crush it.
So can Airport Annie, but it's another story. Story.
That has not changed. And I travel a lot for work, everyone, and I just need you to know sometimes if I like the passengers next to me, I'll be like,
I'm out.
I just want you to know I'm gonna snore. I'm so sorry, but I sleep really well on airplanes. And airports. And, oh my gosh. So I was sleeping, and I woke up and sat up in my bed straight and looked at my window, and I had a first-story window.
I'm already scared.
It was hot. We didn't have air conditioning, so the window was open.
Of course it was.
With a fan in it. But the kind of fans you can see through, right?
Yeah.
Not like the fancy. And there was a human in my window.
No!
And I just sat up, and I didn't look. I looked straight at. It's like my body knew that I was being watched, and so I sat up, and I looked, and I didn't say anything. I think. Well, I did. I said, "Oh my gosh!" And I ran to my parents' room, and I was like, "Hey, there is a human outside my window." And of course, my dad did a lap around the house, and there was nobody at that point. But my mom didn't believe me because she thought my window was too high off the ground, but we had been roofing, and so the roofers had dumped all of the tiles. How much they're called? You know, like the
like on the ground.
yeah, right there.
Someone stacked the tiles up at your window.
Yeah, and my mom walked around and she could see in my window. Like she could stand in my window, which usually you wouldn't be able to, but there was enough shingles. That's what they're called. They're very flat, so they pile up quickly, but they also don't make a ton of noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was terrifying. So there's just this weird, you know.
Oh.
It was nuts.
I'm so not gonna sleep tonight.
Oh no, you'll be okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
You'll be okay. That's why I have big dogs.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
Everything's gonna be fine.
I don't know if you guys have seen the meme with the dog cartoon sitting in the office that's burning down. He's got a little suit on and he's like, "It's fine."
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. It's all right. What a great way to break the ice with someone, though.
Oh my gosh, you guys! Not only is it fascinating, I love paranormal stuff, so I'm genuinely fascinated.
Yes.
But you would be shocked the things people just tell you. I mean, that feels like a pretty intimate story.
Yeah.
So it's my new now I'm traveling. What's the most paranormal thing that's ever happened to
I love it.
It's so fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the times we don't want to share those paranormal stories because we're afraid of maybe what people are going to think about us.
Yeah.
I've gotten over that.
Same.
But what a nice way to like open that door for someone.
And that's the thing. I think people instantly feel safe and they want. I mean, if you've had a paranormal
like,
experience, they're like,
you like paranormal. Now I like you're a safe person to share my story with.
Oh, and the details too, the forensic details. That's what just really gets me when people are telling these true experiences, which is why they're real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, oh man. Anyway, so I highly encourage you, even like your partners, if you've never asked, or your kids, or like, do it. Like, it's super fun. Or your parents.
Your pet.
I should do that.
Oh,
it's
yes.
a great conversation.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
What a great parent conversation. That next like awkward family dinner you have to go to, or brunch, or
we've all been there. My family's not cool enough to do brunch.
Mine either. But our listeners probably have cool families.
Our listeners are cooler.
They're way cooler than we were.
Oh God, yes.
Oof.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Just the fact that you're listening to this already makes you way cooler than us. So you got this.
Oh my gosh.
Great one. I love golf clap for that. That was a good one. That was a great one.
Okay, so now we're gonna dive in, and listeners, so excited you're here. And what we're going to talk about is what we've used as clinicians and what we've used for ourselves when it comes to what I am now calling a term. What did I call it? Tangible. Shoot.
Are we hashtagging this?
Tangible resources. Yeah, we could actually hashtag that because the whole idea is, and when you work in systems in my job, I'm going to tangent just for a second. People say there's all these services just like they do with like you need to cope or you need to self-care, but there's no actual direction,
right?
Which is hard because you also do need to do what's great for you, and coping is definitely a softer science, right? Because it really is what works for you. So we're just going to share what works for us and what we've seen work for other people.
Yeah,
and I'm super excited.
But like you said, legit, not just you need to cope, but like here's some actual things you could try
that I've done and has totally worked for me, and same for you.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to start with probably the most fun one, and this is one that you were even like, what is that? And I call it perspective. And what I do is going into a situation that's high risk or is going to be hard, or I will find a way to make it, from my perspective, win for me, even if it's going to be hard. And win is such a rough term. I don't mean win, and I don't mean win and or benefit, because benefit kind of sounds like you're manipulative, and I'm not in this to benefit just myself, but I am finding a way to take a lot of the devastation out of it. Mm-hmm. So, like, for example, you draw a boundary with someone. We talked a little bit about that. We should do that. And it doesn't work out. Right. And they sever relationship from you because they maybe want all of you.
Yes.
Or none of you, right?
Right.
They can't exist in that. You can say, and it sucks, man. Losing relationships is the worst.
Yeah.
And
it all feels horrible and bad.
Exactly.
all like that. There doesn't feel like there's anything good or positive. No silver light. Like, it just sucks.
Exactly. So what I tell myself is, you know what?
What?
I'm proud of myself because I did something awesome. And if this person can't, that is good for me to not have that in my life anymore.
Yeah.
And so it's really taking all of those scenarios. Like, you have a big test coming up, and you're either going to pass or you're going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
So you say pass, awesome. Of course, everybody wants that option.
Yeah.
But what's B? Take it again. Or B, you put yourself out there. That's amazing. Like, and so having those two ideas, that's a really binary example, right? Because some are just pass fail. Like, that's the thing. But like, so in options like that, it's really finding ways to find and to truly mean it, that the perspective is like, you put yourself out there. You try. I had to do that a lot when I didn't get the job I wanted.
Right.
And just really understanding like those pieces. So
like, can I ask you a question?
Please go nuts.
So like, finding the silver lining.
Yeah.
Is what it's reminding me of.
Okay.
Do you do this pre and or post? Like, do you try to do it prior to the situation happening?
Yes.
Or after, or both, or
yes.
Okay.
Especially the bigger the event, like, the more likely because I think a lot of it, the true coping for me comes from struggling with anxiety and being able to foresee all of these bad circumstances.
Right.
And then just finding the good in all of those circumstances, and then telling myself, you know what? No matter what happens, we're going to be okay.
Yes.
And like reframing that for my brain has been very helpful. This may not work. By the way, these are coping skills. Could work, could not work. No pressure.
Gosh, yes. Yeah. That's why we're going to throw so many at you, because there's not one single coping skill that works for everybody. So, yeah.
And you know what? Perspective may not work for somebody. Like, if you have more of a, maybe you don't struggle with anxiety as much, this will feel like a useless tool.
Yeah.
So don't use it.
Right. Yeah.
But for those out there, I just want you to know this has been a big game changer for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you want to give us one of yours?
Oh, one of my... Okay.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to make me try yours. I was like...
Forceful coping doesn't work.
All I could think... Here's going to tell you a little bit more about me. All I could think of is... Okay, so it's kind of like maybe a party I don't want to go to, but I know there'll be cake.
That's exactly right.
So I just focus on I get to have cake.
No, you are 100% right, and it's finding those things, those little things to focus on, because what you will find too is focusing on those things is going to expand basically your personal joy meter.
Gotcha.
So perspective, no joke, listeners. If you learn anything, it really truly is everything, because what we found from our brains, and I'll say this all the time, is your brain can't really tell the difference between imagination and real life.
Right.
So if you're thinking about the things that bring you joy and you're finding those positives, it'll change your brain. It's like a beautiful, magical thing. So,
aha, sucker.
So it's all
I'm
about
pointing
the
at my
cake.
brain right now. It's like I'm tricking it.
Yeah.
Sucker.
You are. Oh my gosh, that's exactly
no,
what
like
you're doing.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 One of my coping things, I think, probably one I go to often. I like everything I told you earlier, so now I don't know which one I like.
Oh, I made a little list.
Yes.
So we can.
I think one I go to is music a lot.
Oh yeah.
Mostly. I mean, I just love music in general.
Same.
But when I'm using it to cope, it's when I'm really mad.
Okay.
At something or somebody. And because I'm not confrontational and I would never get into like a yelling argument with anybody,
God,
are
no.
you kidding me?
I would probably pay money to see that, though.
Even like better, happier, healthier Susan wouldn't, like, I've done a lot of work, and even the new me wouldn't do that, I don't think. So I like to play some really hardcore, angry music, and then I just sing it. Hard in my car, so I'm getting that aggression out in a safe way. Why are you laughing, Annie?
Because you have to tell the listeners what you consider hard music.
probably a group no one's ever heard of because they're so hardcore, but all right. So it's Matchbox 20, okay?
So hard.
I don't even know what the name of that album is, but it's the one with
isn't it
I wanna push you around.
I think it's self-titled, isn't it? Just Matchbox 20?
It might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know I have it. I have it in CD form. Yes, I still have a giant thing of CDs in my car. I also have it on my phone. Like, I got it everywhere.
Oh, that's
awesome. Sometimes I just need to slip that in, and I will sing every song hard.
Oh my god, I love that
Hard.
so much. Do you feel better afterwards?
Oh, 100%.
Wow, that's awesome.
100%. And sometimes, I'm even to the point where sometimes I think I just want to listen to the album, but it's really because I need it.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I'm pre-doing it somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I feel so much better afterwards. And if it's hardcore to me, then it's hardcore, okay?
Oh my gosh,
So,
it's awesome. Are you kidding me?
I can't listen to real hardcore music. It's too emotional. All I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
do is talk to those people. I want to ask them if they're okay, if they need a hug, like, what do we need to process?
Sign them up for
Like-
therapy.
I just can't. I've tried to do it because I've been with friends or people that enjoy that music, and it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart.
Yeah. You're empathetic.
So
yeah.
Matchbox 20 that's my hardcore, okay?
And it is a
Whatever
great
works
album.
for you.
Yeah.
Whatever music works for you,
Yeah.
put that in.
I wanna push you down. This is a great song.
And I think it can work the other way too. I did an activity once where I was supposed to do like a list of pump up music.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made the list. It didn't work. It didn't work for me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I love music and it's an amazing coping, but I am like super picky, and one of the things I love about my husband is he's really relaxed about music. So I really get to control the music, and I think that is a huge benefit.
that's
to me.
awesome.
Because
That's
I'll get, like, I'm in the mood, I need to hear this song,
Oh, you very much are like that.
and then I do the thing. I'm the person that puts it on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super irritating. I
Or
have a
just
lot of
like
headphones.
doesn't finish the song.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely do that, too. I'm like, and I finished it.
I can't do that. I have that's a whole nother episode. You know the issue I have with CDs and books, so that's a whole nother episode. We'll get into that another time.
Okay, let's do another one. Okay, this one's kind of a heavier one.
Ooh, okay, I'm
I've
ready.
seen this
I'm
really,
ready.
really work for clients. I have used it a couple times. You are feeling a heightened sense of emotion, right? You're feeling a little out of control. A lot of times people have adopted, this is really common, right, to struggle with self-harm, right?
Oh, for sure.
You've probably had trauma. I just want to normalize pieces of that. You know, your brain is experiencing trauma. There are endorphins that are released. So I know it's super scary if you have a loved one struggling with it, or if you're struggling with it or have previously experienced it. It can be a really scary thing, both to be the person struggling with it and to be a family member.
Yeah.
And so it's really a cool thing that we get to do as practitioners is introduce different ideas. And so things that you can do to kind of mimic that idea, give your body those same intense reactions without hurting yourself or risking your life, really is you can take an ice cube and put it in your hand and you squeeze it.
Ooh.
And so that's going to release a similar level of endorphins. And I have seen that work really, really well for some kiddos. And I just want to encourage listeners that this is an okay thing. It is normal.
Yes.
Let's find you help so that you can stay safe.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing, and also I think I don't want to say shelf, but I think I think at some point we'll do an entire self-harm episode and really dig into that because there's like a million more things I'd love to say about it.
Yes.
But yes, number one, like you said, totally normalizing self-harm, not like in a good way. I don't know how to say it.
I know what you're saying because I almost like, I don't want to say.
I don't want you to go try it.
Oh gosh,
but
no.
if you're doing it, know that a lot of people do.
And you're not alone.
You're not alone. You're not crazy. We just want to support you in finding safer ways of getting those needs met.
Oh, that's exactly right.
I love the Ice Cube idea.
Isn't that cool?
Love it.
Yeah, and I have...
Love it.
Per people I've worked with report, it has worked really well. And I did try it once when I was very angry, and it was... for me, it didn't help long term.
But in the moment,
it was like, it kind of like brought me out of it. Because that's the other thing, it's a sensory thing, right? Like,
right.
So it's you are going to be like, wait, now my hands are really cold. Instead of being like, I want to punch a wall. Whatever your go-to is.
Right.
So it's, there are things, and it's okay to get to that apexing point. Because a lot of times, if you're at that emotional apexing point, there has stuff that has happened to you to help you get that. Of course. So I want to normalize big feelings.
Yeah.
We're just going to find ways to do it safely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you're at that point, coloring is not going to help.
Oh,
Matchbox 20 is not even going to help at that point, right?
Well,
your brain is to a point where you need something a little more intense. You need that really like sensory-ish, like
bring me back.
You need to snap your brain.
Yes.
Not just like lull it with a song or coloring or something.
Yeah.
But you need to snap it out of where it's at.
Could you imagine trying to do... I do love adult coloring books, but like...
shove a coloring sheet in front of someone?
You seem really angry. Fill in these tiny holes with
only
pencils.
Big, giant
crayons.
Baby crayons.
Oh. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Oh, I used to bartend, and you guys, I really, really enjoyed bartending. It was a very fun time in my life. And they used to call me the Hulk because I could lift kegs by myself, and none of the other lady staff could do it. And,
I roll.
Right, and so I get super mad at people. So I'm like pulling these kegs around. I dropped one of my toe ones, and my guy friend was watching me do it, and he's like, Annie, smash! And so they started calling me the Hulk. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, that's what that reminded me of.
I love it.
It was really fun. Okay. Ooh, your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I think when we talked about earlier is I very much, and again, I didn't even think of this as coping. That's why I love talking to you and just rethinking things through. I do a lot of reading and or going to movies.
Oh, I love that.
And I thought, it's just something I really like to do. But as we were talking about it, I think it's coping because I get to step out of my life.
Beautiful.
For an hour or 2 hours or whatever it is. Yeah. And just jump into someone else's, even if it's someone else's trauma, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's still this, like, release of, I get to not get out of my head and me and just jump into this other thing, which is great for me. It works for me.
I love that.
And it's interesting that, just like personally things are going so well. I've not been to a movie in I don't know how long.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Maybe it was more of a coping thing than you like.
That's what,
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Isn't it so interesting to like dive into these concepts? Because stuff always, you really do oh my goodness, you guys. If you've listened, we did our social mapping episode.
Yes.
And that was just the time you dive in, you really get stuff out of it. So
yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I love it. Okay. Which one do I want to do next?
She's got a lot.
I do. This one's my favorite, and it works. You picture that you're somewhere else. Calming.
Ooh, you love doing this.
Yes. If I had a coping skill superpower, it's this one.
You're good at it.
I have an awesomely active imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I read an article that was like, if you're going into a stressful meeting, and in my job, that is very normal. And some of them were so scary. I mean, just terrifying. If you spend like the first 30 seconds, like you stop before you go into the meeting, and you imagine that you're somewhere relaxing, like a vacation clip or something like that, it really does change your brain, and it'll take you out of fight or flight.
Yeah.
Because again, brains don't know the difference. And so I do that all the time.
Brains are dumb but magical.
They
at the
are.
Same time. Yeah.
It's so interesting. I think that's such a good analysis. They are so magical, And we maybe don't give them the credit due to support them through hard things.
Agreed.
We just think you're going to be okay.
No,
that's not how that works.
Baby brain.
Yeah, big stuff happens.
It's got the ability to do it, but sometimes we just gotta coach it through.
Yeah, or practice.
Practice.
I know.
You really do have to practice.
I know. Which it brings us to a mindfulness episode we're totally gonna do. Because Susan loves mindfulness.
I don't like mindfulness, but it's a great coping activity for some people, and I recognize that.
Oh, I love it.
I just don't want it anywhere near me.
I'm sure we'll find that you actually do things that promote mindfulness, but you don't realize it. Just like you didn't realize movies. Yeah, it'll be fun to dive into. We'll have a good time.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, your turn.
We'll see. I don't know if I have other things on my list.
Oh, you gotta tell that
story. Geez,
like the best.
I forgot. So, and I think this goes into kind of my type A-ness as well. It all ties in. What? So, when I'm really upset, I like to, I don't want to say like, I need to clean.
Okay.
I need to clean. Or if everything's already too clean, we're gonna go ahead and reorganize.
Oh,
we're gonna like shift it. We're gonna do, and I think there's a control piece to that, right? Because something else feels out of control. So to cope with that, I'm gonna do and take care of something I can.
Absolutely.
Which means I'm gonna clean this
thing
or room or area. And I think as an adult, I recognize that.
Yeah.
As a kid, I don't think I recognized that was the way that I was coping. But my siblings very much did. No joke. I don't know if they would believe this, but I would 100% believe this. They would, like, especially during the summers, you know, when you're off and your mom's like, you have to do this and this and this before I get home.
Yeah.
Yeah. My siblings would purposely make me angry. So I would just go ahead and do all the chores.
Oh God, you can't even be mad at them for that. That's dark, but like sibling life.
Yeah. But smart of them.
It is smart of them, and real.
It happened a lot. I'm
so sorry, but it's so funny. It just is because, poor you.
I'm sure you can just see like little kid Susan, right?
1,000% I'm seeing her right now.
Yeah.
She's just mad.
All dishes done. Vacuuming done.
Oh my gosh. That is, and you know what? Truthful, I think cleaning to cope, as long as you recognize, like, you know, you're not, putting pressure on the people you live in the house. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's like not a bad coping skill, because you're right. You have control. You have a second to be like, you know what? I completed something. In I'm just speaking from my experience. I do love cleaning also.
Yeah.
Is there are so many uncontrollables in our work.
Yes.
That it is really nice to, because humans need control, right? Yeah. It also, control is a bit of an illusion. So it is a really nice way to say, oh, I completed something. And, it's not bad to have a clean house.
And I would say cleaning / reorganizing, because I do that same thing too. It's like, okay, I'm pulling everything out of this cupboard and we're going to reorganize it. We're going to label it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to restock.
Oh, yeah. I can't even. I just love it. I'm about to do that. You guys can't see where we podcast from my office. So I'm about to redo my office because I got a big promotion.
Woo!
High five. Bam! And so I'm getting a new desk for myself.
Oh,
yeah. This desk is awesome. It's just not enough space.
Yeah. Well, you got what? 4 monitors?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a bigger desk. It's a lot of monitors.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work to be done.
It's gonna be white too. Isn't that gonna be nice? Like a nice, and it's a lot. These are pretty shallow, so it's gonna be like more.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I cannot wait. And we got a cute lamp, so it's gonna glow in here. Okay. Here's one I use.
Okay.
Let's say I'm super stressed out. I don't have a lot of options, I will do burpees to bring myself back to baseline.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever done a burpee, but it's a really fast, full body workout. And if you are struggling with anxiety and you can't like go for a run or go for a walk or a lot of like, which ties into my other one, is like take a lap, go around the block.
Just physical activity.
Yep.
For sure. For sure.
Get that adrenaline to kind of match your heart rate, give yourself a release, just.
But purposeful physical activity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, and it works for me. I have a pretty high energy level.
Yeah.
So it is really helpful for me.
I like your take on that because I do enjoy the gym for many reasons.
Oh, yeah.
One of them I think can be coping, and there's certain days where you do certain things at the gym because you need that, right? For coping. But I love the idea of like a quick, whether it's a burpee or jumping jacks or whatever physically works best for you as a physical body. Just something quick you can do in the moment. I hadn't, because sometimes I'm like, man, I really would love to go work out right now, but I can't fit it into my day, or I didn't. So I just really like a quick physical something to do.
It has helped me a lot.
Yeah. Like you said, like a walk around. I'll do that at work some days.
Oh,
yeah.
Me too.
I'm going to circle that block a couple times before I make that phone call.
I miss that so much working from home. I don't do that as much, but there used to be a really awesome little coffee shop by the office. And when it just got too much, I would just look at one of my friends. And I was more in a unit setting. So we all had little cubicles next to each other. And I would just find whoever's there. And I'm like, coffee walk. And we would debrief, no joke, walk to coffee. And it was great. It was magical, yeah.
I'm sure. I love that.
Oh, I miss them. It's wonderful. Okay, your turn.
I'm out of things. Out of positive.
I think I am too, actually. Because we did it. We covered all of our.
And I think what needs to be said is this is just our list of things that have worked for us. So there's probably 4 times longer of a list of things that didn't, right?
Yes.
So this is just a little like. I'm just here's a bag of jelly beans. Try a few.
Love it.
See what flavor you like.
Yes.
Maybe you don't like any flavors. Maybe you're more of an M&M person, and we just need to get a different bag of treats.
Gross.
No. Okay.
I just don't like M&Ms?
Fine. You can have the jelly bean bag. I'll have the M&M bag. It's fine.
Splitsies.
These are just a few samples of things to try. Like, be creative with them.
Yeah.
Like, go on your own little journey with them, too.
Yes.
Like, branch off. These are just little seeds. Let's see what you can grow.
Oh, my gosh. That's beautiful.
Oh.
Whoa. These are just little seeds. Let's see what you can grow.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, my gosh. Well, and it's great, too, because we can only get so many in. And, we try to keep episodes about 40 minutes, and we're pretty close.
Yeah, I'm sure that's enough. I mean, I love listening to us for hours, but I'm not sure if anyone else would want
I agree
quite that much.
But as we go, I think we'll do more episodes of these just, coping, where we'll...
Yeah.
Because, as you grow and change, your coping skills grow and change, or you'll find new ones.
Oh, for sure.
And so we'll do kind of coping dumps, I guess, where we just... throw things at you.
We are gonna dump coping on you. I think everyone poops. Everyone poops. So every once in a while, you're gonna get a pile of coping.
Oh my god.
To try.
Just a big old dump of coping.
Oh, the imagery in my head right now.
God, you guys were so professional. Oh my god.
Well, maybe technically we're professional. They gave us a bunch of letters after our names, so
jokes on that.
Suckers.
Oh my gosh. But if you have planted a seed and something grows, please tell us, or you found something to be helpful.
Yeah.
Email us at twofriends.onechat@gmail.com. That is the numbers spelled out. TWOFRIENDS.ONECHAT@gmail.com.
Oh!
Or visit us on our website.
What? We have a website?
twofriends1chat.com.
It's a really nice site.
Hilarious.
I visit it pretty much daily because it looks really pretty.
No big deal, but we're sitting in shoes in case you were wondering.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
No. Or on Instagram at twofriends1chat.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot on Instagram.
We have one.
I think we have a picture posted.
We have
do more.
One picture on it. It's fine. We're getting there.
Look for the merch.
One day.
Oh my gosh.
One day.
I am so grateful you joined us though. And please be well. Enjoy your evening. And we appreciate your listening.
Go take a coping dump.
Go take a coping dump. Remember to flush.